Welcome back to the Personal Fab Podcast. I'm your host, Colton Gesser. Alongside me is my co-host, Phil. How the hell are you?
You introduced me as the genius. How dare you not introduce me as a genius? What the hell's wrong with you? But I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm swell. Last time I checked, you were not the genius.
I am the genius.
You going to the comedy club Saturday?
Yes, I am. You're going to be there?
Yes. So then I expect my 30-pack of Surfsides, and I expect my $50 bill that you owe me.
Oh,
Sounds
good.
I'm going to reinvest it Saturday into a bunch of baskets. So yes, I expect.
How much is a 30-pack of Surfside? Because I said a 30-pack of beer. How much are Surfside?
I also said a 30-pack of Surfside. You're like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to beat you anyway. So now
I did.
Now we're doubling back. I mean, come on. Which one is it here? Yeah, okay. That's what
that's a bet.
So, again, it doesn't have to be an exact 30. I'm not expecting you to go over because I think they come in. You can get me whatever. I'm
a man of my word. I'll get you Surfsides. 30-pack.
Or what's it called? What's it called? $1 cheaper. You can get me the Sun Cruisers too, and they're probably easier to get anyway because their packs aren't stupid. So either one works for me, Phil. So, but yes, we are back. Another episode.
Yeah, I'll get him that too, John.
Hey man, like I said, I'll have my beer. I'll have my Blue Moon. I'll never turn down a Guinness. So
that's right.
But I like Surfside.
If you did the podcast here, we could be drinking Guinness together. But no, you got to make sure you have your nonsensical Steeler crapola behind you.
It's a background, Phil.
Whatever.
But again, welcome back in, folks. Another episode of the Personal Foul Podcast. We were live last week, the day of the final for the Four Nations. So we'll do a quick talk about it, the tournament as a whole, which I thought was great for the sport. The views were incredible for the final. Sucks the U.S. did not deliver the goods. Austin Matthews had a sitter. Jordan Binnington stood on his head. And Connor McDavid, best player in the league, game winner for Canada. But the tournament was great. The views of the final were amazing. I think it was the highest rated, highest viewed hockey game that wasn't an Olympic game. And I think it was around the same of Game 7 of the finals last year. So they did an absolute wonder as far as views go for the NHL and hockey as a whole. Your thoughts on the game? Clearly sucks U.S. lost, but the game was great.
Well,
the Four Nations was a genius idea, by the way.
It was, and I got to apologize to Bettman because I slammed the hell out of this damn thing. I mean, how can you stop the season for 2 weeks? Blah, blah, blah. It's going to kill momentum for some teams, a.k.a. my Islanders, who have not shown up since this damn tournament, and they were one of the hottest teams going in. As for the ratings, let's not forget the NHL playoffs outproduced the NBA playoffs last year in ratings. Everyone seems to forget that. NHL is starting to, start to be relevant again. And hopefully, this gives them a little boot in the ass to, get them back on the way to relevancy because the NBA, I mean, it's still a hard watch no matter how you look at it. I did enjoy All-Star Weekend. It was fun. I thought it was something different. They tried something different. There was a little bit of defense in it, which made me happy. By the way, Wemby, done for the year. Whoa, what a horrible blow. Horrible blow for the Spurs. They trade for DeAndre Fox, and now all of a sudden there's no Wemby. Well, look at a top pick again. But back to NHL. It is still Canada's game, no matter how you slice it. I look at it like this. The Yankees cannot beat the Astros in a big spot. The USA cannot beat Canada in a big spot. And it just seems time and time again, the USA falls short. How many times I think it's like 4 or 5 times in a row. It's come down to a deciding game, and Canada's pulled it out. And, yes, they had the best player in the league in McDavid. He did a hell of a job. You mentioned Matthews no-show, and let's not forget your devil, Jack Hughes, who had 40 shots and no goals in the tournament. What an embarrassment he was. Absolutely atrocious. And I don't want to hear about Bratt or what he did. He played on Finland. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Bratt. He belongs on the Devils. He stinks. But Hughes, huge no-show. I would not put him on the Olympic team because he folded like a lawn chair, just like Matthews did. Matthews you got to put on for playmaking ability. But Jack Hughes, typical Devil, did not show when you needed him to. Atrocious job. But all in all, it was a great tournament as much as I slammed it.
That's all right. Jack Hughes will keep scoring for the Devils, so kiss my ass, and your Islanders can kiss my ass as well. They suck. Blah 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 about the Islanders and the big
Embarrassing last night.
Yeah, they suck. Yeah, Devils won their last game, so kiss my ass, Phil, in action tonight. But yeah, Four Nations.
Kudos to Ranger fans. Yeah, you beat the hell out of us last night. Whoop-de-doo. Your team still stinks. Granted, 5 goals, 10 shots. That was embarrassing. You may continue.
Yeah, your team sucks, so it's a stop there. Let's take a look around the NBA. You mentioned it. Victor Wembanyama done for the season. This opens up the opportunity for them to sneak back into the tankathon and get themselves Cooper Flag, possibly. One of the Rutgers boys to team up with De'Aaron Fox, not DeAndre Fox.
Whatever. Got the last name right.
That's all that matters. Yeah, let me call you Franklin Sitta, you freaking jackwagon. So, yeah, the first name matters, idiot. But, hey, what do you know?
That's why here today.
That's why you're the one wearing the freaking cone head every single.
That's why I am the genius. That's why
yes,
I wear
there it is. Oh, look, Karen Warren's in the comments. Hi, Karen. How are you? How you doing, Karen Warren?
Ian, go Birds. And we'll talk about the Birds in a second. But as for the NBA and De'Aaron Fox, excuse me, all the hell.
Yeah, so Victor Wembanyama done for the season. Unfortunate. The Luka revenge game last night is probably the biggest headline around the NBA. Is the Luka Mavericks saga continued last night?
He was absolutely terrible. Hey, oh man, am I frozen again?
No, I hear you. You're just very delayed.
Oh, you can hear me? All right. I thought I froze up. I got a new router. I was hoping it wouldn't go down on me. Yeah, Luka looked awful against the Hornets last week. I mean, Ball did dances around him. I'm surprised, what's his name? Luka doesn't have ankle braces on from getting his ankle broken the whole game. What an embarrassment that was. But he showed up last night. It's about time. It only took him a couple of weeks to finally show up in LA. It doesn't matter. The Lakers they're not going to get out of round one. Doesn't matter who they play.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Luka's gonna get his stuff together. We're also talking about a guy that was out for almost over a month, so he's getting his feet back in. So kiss my ass, Luka's gonna be just fine. And thank you, Dallas, for trading me a top 5 player in the sport in Luka. So thank you for that. But yeah, we'll take a look to the NFL this week. In the NFL, the kind of story was the tush push. Green Bay came out as the team to openly, we got to get rid of the tush push. They're never going to get rid of this play.
You can't. It's an NFL legit play. Now, what they should be doing, if you want to really, put the screws to this play, is have the officials call it illegal blocks in the back that happened on this play 500 times. It's never called. You start calling that, all of a sudden the scheme blocking is going to be different. And then you might be able to get a linebacker to sneak in one of the gaps here and there. But until you start calling an illegal block in the back, it's never going to get fixed. I do think the ban should not the play should not be banned. It's a legit NFL play. I don't understand. You need a tough yard, you go get it. Your defense is that good, go stop it. Maybe they'll, give it, more of an impact for defensive interior linemen now. Who knows?
Or you could just keep jumping off sides like the Commanders did. And then eventually just let him in anyway.
They should have. And by the way, Eagle fans out here, are you going to the White House or not? Thank you, Ian. Are you going to the White House? That's what I want to know. First, you're not going. Now you're going. Now maybe you're going to go. What the hell are you doing? Just go. Go to the White House. Enjoy being a champion like me. Because I was at the White House many times when I became fantasy champions for all my leagues, because I am a true champion. I went in Colton's league when I won the inaugural champion. I got invited to the White House, had a nice lunch with Trump. It was a great day.
Oh, Phil, you're such a jackass.
A championship you've never won, by the way.
I did win. I won last year.
I was tainted last year.
No, I won it last year. Yeah, of course it's tainted. Yeah. The last 2 years, you've been in the dumps, so congratulations.
I'm 500 this year.
No. The last 2 years, your team's been in the lottery, as in the last pick. The
Oh,
last 2 years,
you,
you
you,
suck.
you switched to this crappy Yahoo program. An
Yeah,
absolutely
everybody else,
terrible.
everybody else is doing just fine.
Oh
Yet
yeah, everyone else is doing
you're
just fine.
still
The app Yahoo
struggling.
sucks. So do
I
you.
think I think you just suck, Phil. But all right, well, I digress.
What's the saying I always use? Go Guessergate.
That's right.
Guessergate. That's what I call every time you pull one of your shenanigan plays there.
Yeah, I don't do any shenanigan moves, unlike your fantasy leagues. But again, let's stay on topic here. Jeez, you're off the rails today. That's what happens when you put the
Let's
clown.
have a little fun this week.
When you put the clown hat on, you go off the rails. So more NFL news. Seems like the Rams are in cap hell because they're letting everyone speak. Their Pro Bowl left guard's able to go out and speak to teams. Matthew Stafford's able to go out and research a trade or facilitate a trade.
Super Cup.
Jair Alexander, another player out there, was gifted the opportunity to field a trade from the Green Bay Packers. Teams are looking at dealing guys, which is kind of weird because of the cap going up over $20 million. I think it's like $25 million or $23 million. So interesting to see teams dealing guys. The Rams, I think, are thinking ahead and progressive. How many more good years are going to get Stafford? Maybe one. So why not try to see if you can get someone to give you a second-round pick for him, or maybe even a first, and you get something to rebuild for Matthew Stafford.
Who's going to draft for him? Who's going to trade for him?
Do you know what's weird? The teams that are being linked, the Giants and the Raiders, make absolutely no sense for both.
None whatsoever.
None.
No, because you're going to draft quarterbacks there. You want to try to build. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Stafford this year with those two teams. That's why it makes no sense. He's going to end up around. It's too big of a cap hit. He's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
that's going to rebuild, Ian, but it's too big of a cap hit. You're better off just keeping him this year. There's still talent there. They played the Eagles very tough. They're probably the only team to play the Eagles tough in the playoffs. So there's definitely some talent there. I would give it one more, round up and try to go for it all one more time. That's what I would do if I'm the Rams.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure what they're doing, but maybe they'll figure it out. Lord knows. I don't know why a team would trade like the Giants or the Raiders for Matthew Stafford, but
makes no sense.
Whatever. The big news, honestly, probably the biggest news of the show this week, and we had some big news. Wemby going down, the Four Nations final. You know where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
The facial hair change for the New York Yankees. Oh, you didn't think I was going there. I'm going there.
I knew you were going Yankees. Go ahead. You can talk about the facial hair.
The Yankees get rid of the facial hair ban and allow guys to have a clean beard as long as it's clean and kept up with, which is a damn shame because they made one of the best beards in baseball disappear in Devin Williams. And then like 2 weeks later, oh, hey, Devin, you can grow your beard out again. What a kick in the nuts to Devin Williams.
Me personally, I don't really give a damn about the whole beard thing, especially when all the execs have goatees and beards. What I don't like is, when they look like, John Mayer on a Saturday night with the goatee down to here and the beard dripping off of him, look like a slob that he is. No, that doesn't bother me. As long as they produce, who the hell cares? I thought the news you were going to give me was Aaron Boone getting a 2-year contract extension, which I have no idea why the hell they did that. Did they not see what he did in the World Series last year? Did they not see him fold like a lawn chair time after time after time again? He made one bad move after another. It was absolutely atrocious how bad he blew that World Series. And let's reward him with a 2-year contract? Absolutely atrocious. I'm so against this. I might not even go to Yankee Stadium this year because I'm so disgusted with this move. Yeah, great move, keeping Boone. He should go manage the Mets. And by the way, go enjoy Clay Holmes as your starter over there as the Mets. $700 million to Soto. Oh, he hit a home run his first at bat. He's done nothing since, and you have no starting pitching. You may not even make the playoff, Met fans. The Yankees will, but Boone will somehow blow it. That's what aggravates me about the Yankees. Is I don't give a damn about the beards. Why Boone got re-signed is what I'm pissed off about. And I'm still pissed off about.
You know he wasn't going anywhere, so I don't know why you get yourself all worked up over it.
How do you keep this guy?
I agree. Phil, I agree. Phil, it's the same thing. You get this aggravated. I feel the same way by Mike Tomlin. He's not going anywhere. It's the same song and dance. I don't know why you get yourself going. You should have known this was coming down the road.
So tell me why the Yankees should have kept him.
I agree with you. There's zero reason to keep him, but they're going to. That's Cashman's guy. Yeah, I'll make sure you get escorted out then. You and your fucking beard. Take a hike.
By the way, Arnie Lauer's very upset you're not invited to his wedding.
Yeah, I don't want to be invited to Arnie's wedding.
No, your wedding.
Yeah, you said his, so I'm just speaking in your terms.
Blah, 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 blah.
Sorry, Big A. Sorry,
they don't
Big
watch
A.
Anyway, poor A. Anyway, back to baseball. I think it's absolutely terrible what the Yankees have done, but I do want to focus on the Phillies a second. That starting rotation, they are 5 deep. They could easily win the division because they have enough offense, obviously. Picking up Luzardo from Florida, I looked at the rotation. I'm like, oh my God, they have a really solid starting five. They might have the best rotation in baseball, and I'm putting them over the Dodgers as well. Dodgers obviously are solid top to bottom, but I can see the Phillies easily winning 100 games this year. Will they do anything in the playoffs? That's the key. Is Lindor going to hit another grand slam off of them like they did to win the playoffs last year? I don't see the Mets making the playoffs. We'll get into the predictions in a couple of weeks. We got plenty of time for that. But the Mets, pathetic. No starting pitching. Manaea already hurt. He's not going to open the season on time. The Mets are in dire, dire need. Too bad.
You and butchering names, man. Darren Fox, Sean Manaea. You and I see why you and Rick are close. You both can't pronounce the names for shit.
And Rick Sockness sucks, by the way.
We'll see Rick Saturday. So, Phil, anything else for you?
I'm going to spend quite a few weeks coming up, lucky me.
Phil, anything else from you? Because there's not a lot to talk about.
No, I think that's about it. Let me look at my list here. I think I got everything I wanted to talk about. Yeah, no, got everything in.
All righty.
Does anyone have a question out in Fanland?
Fanland. Well, all we got is our usual Ian. Much appreciate the Ian. He's always here. Love Ian.
Yes, he is. And he's a hell of a fire chief.
He sure is. Otherwise, Whiting would be in shambles.
Yeah, you're damn right. If you leave it to losers like Jim Sloan and bums like them, it'd be awful.
Don't forget Nate Brown.
Nate does a hell of a job as well.
Don't forget the great Nate Brown.
Well, he's never in Whiting. He's always in other towns.
He sure is. Nate Brown. Busy man, Nate Brown.
He is. Not as busy as Arnie Lauer, but yes, he's a busy man.
Big A. So, all right. Well, I think that's going to wrap up our show. We'll be back again next week. We'll talk more NBA. We'll talk more puck. And we'll talk more baseball as it itches closer to opening day each and every week. Again, I'm Colton. That's Phil. Appreciate you. Phil, I expect my 30-pack of Surfsides Saturday night and my $50 from your dumbass bet from Ohio State Notre Dame. So make sure you have my money. I'm going to be collecting.
Yeah, you'll have it. And by the way, fans, don't forget, March Madness. I'm giving out a 30-pack. Whoever wins March Madness brackets. So start watching your college basketball. We're going to start talking about that too next week.
Absolutely. So again, I'm Colton. That's Phil. Appreciate everyone for tuning in to the Personal Foul Podcast. We'll see you again next week.
The genius bids you adieu.